With an average price of a vehicle nearing $50,000 here in the United States, it is a huge challenge if you are looking for something that's inexpensive, brand new, and with a good warranty. And what I have for you today is one of the least expensive brand new vehicles that you can purchase in the United States, 2023 Kia Rio LX with a starting MSRP of $16,750. Now, there are two other vehicles that are in this segment that also start at about the same price. Well, Nissan Versa starts at about $16,100, but it comes standard with a 5-speed manual transmission. So if you upgrade it to an automatic, you're going to be more than this. And then another vehicle, which yeah, it's a vehicle. I don't know if I can call it a car. It's a Mitsubishi Mirage, which is getting discontinued, as is the Kia Rio for 2024. No more Rio. So if you are looking to save some money, definitely go to your local dealer, see if they still have it, and take advantage of this brand new 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and don't break your bank by buying the car. So I'm back here at Gettle Kia of Bradenton, Florida, and I'm going to check this out for you. We're going to do a quick review. Starting up right up front, popping the hood, see what powers up this thing, walking around it, checking out if there is any technology on the interior, and taking it for a spin. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that subscribe, give me a like, and don't forget to turn on that bell notification ring bell so you won't miss any of the content that's coming out. And now let's get back to this. Well guys, if you're looking for a no-thrill vehicle, you'll definitely find no thrills in this 2023 Kia Rio LX. Now this is the base trim level. It's also available as an S trim that has a little bit more features, but the real difference comes as in form of packages, which this one doesn't really have anything. So let's take a look and see what we have. You know, as far as the headlights, you have the halogen headlights with the regular turn signals, and then you have this active corner air intake on the side, which is actually a pretty good deal. And then you have this mesh black grille down here at the bottom, big Kia logo on the front of the vehicle, and here's what's underneath the hood. 1.6 liter 4-cylinder multi-port injection engine, 120 horsepower, 112 foot-pounds of torque, made it to an intelligent variable transmission. Again, this is not a speed demon, but it is covered by the 10 years, 100,000 miles powertrain warranty. Underneath the hood itself, you find some noise insulation, and of course, it is a propped hood. As far as the size of this vehicle, it's 173 inches long, so this is not a tiny vehicle. And as far as the standard equipment, you'll get the 15-inch steel wheels with the hubcaps, and there's really nothing else on the side here. There's no keyless entry, there's no blind spot assist. The window surroundings are in black, and if we go towards the back of this vehicle, you'll see the regular tail lights, incandescent light bulbs, and the tail lights, turn signals, and reverse lights. You have the Kia logo in the back with a rear view camera. Nothing crazy as far as the design of the back here, even though you have this kind of diffuser looking bottom portion of the bumper. Let's open the trunk. Now, trunk does not have a release from the outside, so you actually have to reach in, old school way, pull and release. And here's what we have. As far as the cargo room, just over 13 cubic feet. Not bad. You know, the bad part about it is the seats don't fall down, so this is all you get, but it's a decent size. And one of the two accessories in this vehicle is the cargo mat underneath here. you'll have the compact size spare tire, and there is a third brake light inside of this vehicle as well. Let's take a peek inside, see what we have. Alright, as far as the door panel, this is all black and hard plastic materials. The seats are cloth, of course. There's no armrest with cup holders and things like this. They don't fall down. You do, however, have the ability to put 3 child seats in the back. Might not be the most comfortable for kids, but it is there. And it is a subcompact sedan, so I mean, I have plenty of headroom, shoulder room, no knee room at all. No knee room at all. Now this is what it looked like if I were to sit behind myself, and this front seat is adjusted to my regular driving position. I am 6 feet tall. Now let's take a listen to the sound of the closing door. Well, actually surprisingly good for the class of the vehicle. Front door panel, very similar to the rear, with the addition of power windows, mirror, and lock controls. And then you have a speaker, bit of storage underneath here. Both seats are adjusted manually for the driver and passenger, of course. And you have the tilt as far as the steering wheel. You have the dimmer on the side and the traction control. Here on the interior, you'll find this interior practical, but there's no thrills in here. As far as the design, overall design, I mean, it's simple but functional. So you have 3 different sheens, different materials that are used. This is all hard plastic. You also have your vents, 8-inch screen right in the middle. And as far as the steering wheel, there's not covered with anything. And on the right hand side, notice you don't have the cruise control. You have the trip and reset, and on the other side you have the mode, volume, up and down buttons, phone hang up and pick up, and the voice control button. And then in the back you have the light control and the turn signals and the windshield wipers. As far as the instrument cluster, traditional style, on the right hand side you have a speedometer with the fuel gauge in the middle there, and on the left hand side you have a tachometer. In the middle you have this little screen that allows you to see your parking or the gear indicator, temperature, odometer, and then you can also change the different trips as far as the trip meters here. And then here's a speed on, and here's your range, average 9.6 miles per gallon, which let's touch on that because that's not correct. It can go up to 41 miles per gallon on the expressway, 32 in the city, 36 is the combined number. And right here you have this 8-inch instrument cluster or infotainment system. And as you can see, I have my phone connected. It does have the wireless Android Auto, I believe Apple CarPlay as well, and it has a built-in rear view camera right here. Camera decent size, I mean nothing really too unusual about this. You have the trajectory lines that are active, which is a plus too. And as far as the different shortcuts down at the bottom, you have the radio, which you have the FM and the AM, media settings, seek track, favorite button right here, a setup button that we can display on it. So as far as the setup, you have the sound, device connection, display button, general, and Wi-Fi. This is basically what you have. You also have the regular push power button and enter file tune, as far as the on the right hand side here. So down below you'll find the single zone manual climate control, so you adjust the temperature, adjust the fan speed, turn on the AC, and adjust the different vent settings here. Just a little shelf for the phone. This is not a wireless charger, USB type A port, and then you have the regular 12-volt power adapter, regular shifter. You have a sport mode, believe it or not, so we're going to leave that in here. And then you have the 2 cup holders, regular parking brake, and this is it. Nothing unusual right on top. Regular mirror, incandescent lights, and you have illuminated vanity mirrors on both sides. This is how it looks. Let's see how it drives. It's going to be really easy to talk about the different trim levels, and that's because there's only two. The Kia Rio LX, which I'm sitting at right now, starts at $16,750, and then the Kia Rio S starts at $17,390. And there's, of course, the Kia Rio 5-door, which I reviewed separately. I was very impressed with that vehicle, and you know, sadly, they're being discontinued. And the only reason why manufacturers would ever discontinue a vehicle is because of its profitability. And sometimes you might think like, okay, well, you know, what are we going to be left with? Well, Kia has, you know, several compact or subcompact SUVs with a starting price not much more than the Kia Rio. Well, not much. It's considerably more, being that at $20,000 versus $16,700, it's about $3,000 difference. So percentage-wise, it's about 20% more. But that's where that market is heading, is towards the SUVs. And these cars, unfortunately, A, the dealerships don't make any money on it. B, the manufacturers don't make any money on them. And while it is a very good starting point as far as the price, the more they make, the more money they're gonna lose. So there you go. Now it's supposedly going to be replaced with the Kia K3, but I don't know any details as far as when that's coming out and all the specs and features. But I have a feeling the K3 is going to be a little bit bigger and more expensive. So let's take this for a quick spin. Now we already know it's 120 horsepower. Actually, it's pretty peppy starting off, surprisingly. Alright, well, we have this parking lot right here. Turn the steering wheel all the way to the left. Let's see how many parking spots we have. 1, 2, 3, 4 parking spots. To flip it completely around, just a little bit over 4 parking spots. Alright, and as far as the suspension, alright, we have a bit of that roll that's transferred over into the cabin, but overall not bad. And I'm surprisingly how peppy it feels, like, you know, off the line. Now obviously, you know, as far as the power and weight and all that stuff, we're not going to be expecting a whole lot out of this little vehicle, but you know, let's see the off the line acceleration. We can definitely hear that. 30 miles an hour right here in this parking lot. Can't do any more than that, but we're going to take that on the road and see if we can maybe do a solid 0 to 50 or something to that effect. Now, this being a subcompact sedan, it doesn't feel small, especially if you're driving it. I'm 6 feet tall. I have plenty of room for my legs, for my knees, for my shoulders, so I don't feel cramped at all. Alright, so let's stop right here. Okay, make sure there's nobody behind me. There's nobody behind me. Let's go. Alright, so we got it up to 50. I mean, it goes. It's gonna get you merged in traffic. I mean, that's about all that we need to know about this vehicle as far as the pickup. Now I'm going to put it in the sport mode, see if it makes any difference. None whatsoever. It's still loud. It still goes at about the same rate of speed as it did with the regular mode. So I can tell you, here's how the times changed. I remember working for Honda in the late 90s, and in the late 90s, even in the early 2000s, you could have gotten an Accord, a Honda Accord, for about $18,000. The Honda Civics, when I started with Honda back in 1997, they were less than $10,000. I remember us having a Honda Civic hatchback CX for $9,790 some dollars. That was sitting right on the showroom floor. It was a manual transmission, no radio, no AC, but it was available for less than $10,000. Now, this is the cheapest one that you can get. And by the way, that Honda Civic had 106 horsepower. I believe you'd have to upgrade to an LX to go to 113 and 114, and then the EX will get you 127. But if you were lucky and get a Civic SI, it would give you a 160 horsepower. So the reason I'm saying that is by today's standards, 120 horsepower is not a lot, but you know, go back 20 years in time and that was the standard for basically any of the compact sedan. Well guys, we're back here in this parking lot, so let's talk a little bit about this vehicle. Overall, I think it's pretty good, right? For $16,750 MSRP, not bad. Now you have to add the destination charge, which is $11.25, and this particular one's got the carpeted floor mats and the cargo tray. Total MSRP $18,165. I gotta tell you, if you're interested in one, you better go to the dealerships and get it now, because once they're gone, they're gone. They're not going to make them for 2024 model year. And actually, there's only going to be one subcompact sedan with a price starting somewhere in the $16,000 range, and that is going to be 2024 Nissan Versa. Now the Versa at 16.1, it comes with a manual transmission. If you want to upgrade it to an automatic, I think it's $1,200 or so. So still, you know, not a bad value proposition, especially that, you know, it's going to be comparable, you know, on paper with this one. Now the other vehicle that's getting discontinued is going to be the 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage. And actually, I'm not very sad or, you know, about it. I mean, that Mitsubishi Mirage really did absolutely nothing for me in terms of the looks, performance, you know, price or anything like this. I think that car should be priced at about $10,000, honestly. It's got 14-inch wheels, it's got 78 horsepower. It's a dog. It's ugly and it's expensive, in my opinion. I'm sad to see this go. I know why manufacturers are doing it. You know, if it's not making money, you gotta cut it. So I mean, that's a simple business decision. You know, it's got nothing to do with anything. And especially right now with the average price of the vehicle being around $50,000, you can't make any money with this $17,000 vehicle. But hopefully, you know, if you are lucky and if you're looking for a brand new vehicle, you know, definitely go to a Kia dealership. Check this out. This 10-year 100,000 mile warranty can actually guarantee you, you know, years of driving without worrying about the engine breaking down. This is the award-winning warranty. I think it's still a decent value proposition in the class. So this was it, guys. 2023 Kia Rio is going bye-bye, and we are finishing this video as well. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you'll find this helpful and you'll learn one or two things about this vehicle. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give me a like, and turn on that bell notification ring bell so you won't miss any of the content that's coming out. And I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.